Feast of Shavuot, also known as the Day of Pentecost. These last 50 days from first fruits until now have deliberately led us up to today, and with good reason. The counting of the Omer is a time of transformation. We went through Passover, seeing our deliverance by the blood of our Messiah. We experienced a time of joy with our understanding of unleavened bread, accepting the spiritual fulfillment of the resurrection and ascension of Yeshua with first fruits, and now we have just completed the count of the Omer, a deeper cleansing and maturing process. Scripture states that we are the ones responsible for counting the days. It is up to us to examine and make ourselves ready. The Omer is about realizing where we are headed. It is seeing our destiny that we are called to live in and aspire towards, the mountaintop experience. An encounter with our Father and stepping into a new role and making ourselves prepared for the journey. Shavuot is that mountaintop. The Mount Sinai event was supposed to be a launching of a ministry with a kingdom of priests to proclaim the power and majesty of Yahweh to the nations. The Upper Room event in Acts 2 launched a ministry proclaiming the truth of the Messiah and a call to return to the instructions of Yahweh in spirit and in truth. There is no conflict between the giving of the law and the giving of the Spirit. They are related and work in harmony. One Yahweh, one Torah, one Spirit, one ministry. Now, what does this mean for us? At Mount Sinai, Israel was supposed to function as a kingdom of priests, walking in the authority and power of the name of the living Elohim to do what Yahweh called them to do in order to establish his kingdom on earth. That same desire is echoed in 1 Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the virtues of him who called you out of darkness and into his marvelous light. It's Shavuot in a nutshell. What is the role of the priests? Then and now, they are responsible for teaching the Torah. They are called to serve the body, to teach the nations the way and the commandments of Yahweh, and to lead them in a life of worship to our Creator. They are building and guiding the habitation for the name of Yahweh to dwell in. Priests guard the threshold, the gateway of the tabernacle. They are responsible for ensuring that whoever comes into the dwelling place of the Most High, and whoever leaves to go out into the world, is someone who understands the role, the protocol, and the standard of behavior that is established. That is why men are referred to as the priests of their home, because they are the ones who set the standard of their home so that everyone meets the same requirements. Like a shepherd guarding the sheep, we protect the gateways, because if we fail to do so, what other standard will be let into our midst or carried out into the world? We are called to take care of and cleanse the sacred space. For Israel, that was the temple. For us, it is our hearts and lives. We are now the place where Yahweh's presence dwells. By having that fall on the shoulders of the firstborn and now us, we should all now be following the same requirements and standards as a body. You cannot say that you are united in the body of Messiah if you refuse or change the protocols of those set apart for Yahweh's divine purpose. We are to act as his representatives here on earth. And Shavuot is about empowering a priesthood. It is not a passive role, but an active one. We read 1 Peter 2:9 and see it as a promotion, but fail to realize the full responsibility of what being a royal priesthood actually means. There are things that we have to relearn, and there are things in us that we have to change. That is why we go through these cycles with the feasts every year to cleanse and mature. There is a hole, a vacancy left open if we do not step up. If we fail to walk as his priests here on earth, then who or what will step in and take our place? Perhaps the ones who have been trying to undermine Yahweh's will all along. It is our responsibility to learn and understand the instructions of Yahweh, to get up and declare aloud to the nations the excellencies of Him who has redeemed us and to teach others His ways. If this walk doesn't change you and your behavior, if you do not look different than the ones you are supposed to be ministering to, then what is the point? So I ask you, on Shavuot, will you become a spokesperson for the Almighty and gatekeepers for His presence? Will you accept the change in status to a royal priest and do what Yahweh expects of you? Deuteronomy 10:12-13. And now, Israel, what is Yahweh your Elohim asking of you, but to fear Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in all His ways and to love Him, and to serve Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, with all your being, to guard the commandments of Yahweh and His laws which I command of you today for your good.